Nets gang, we back with another video. Make sure you hit that like button, support the channel, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any Nets breaking news. You know what it is, it's Nets news, hashtag we go hard. So Nets gang, the draft is getting closer and closer. So we did the draft video on the best available bigs in the draft. Check that out, link in the description if you haven't. Now we're going to focus on the best guards available for us in the NBA draft. Now I know what a lot of Nets fans are saying, oh, we don't need guards, we need bigs and wings, this and that. But the truth is, we do need guards. We have no bench right now besides Landry, Shamet, and he's not really a shot creator point guard. He's kind of more of a come off the screen shooting guard. So the Nets need guards that can shot create and get his own shot. Also, like a guard that can play make, set up the offense, and pass. We saw how good Mike James was for us last year. He was the perfect combination of a guard off the bench that we need. He could get his own buckets and also rack up 9 assists and find open shooters as he drove the lane and collapsed the defense. So imagine if we can find a guard like Mike James, but like 6'5", 6'4", and also capable of playing good defense at the same time. Now these guards I picked are late first round guys, but they could apply to the second round. Also, if they drop, we could take them in the second. Now, so number one on my list of guards, the guy I want the most I have is 6'5", 205 pound shooting guard, Quentin Grimes. If we're gonna go the guard route, we have to take Quentin Grimes. He is everything we need in a guard off our bench. He got a 6'7" wingspan, long arms, terrific defender. He blocks shots on the perimeter. He's one of the best underrated defenders in this draft at the guard position. He averaged 1.4 steals per game, so he can sit in that chair and play defense. He reminds me a lot of a young, raw Josh Hart. He beats guys to the spot and he squares contact with his chest. He gets up in guys. Great isolation defender, just a combo guard, 3-and-D shot creator that can really help our bench. Now on the offensive side, Grimes, he's a bucket. He can get shots off in a variety of ways, quick release, and can play in the open court. He's a skilled scorer, but he can be a pure shooter at the next level. He's not really explosive, but he is very quick with his moves, and he has a quick release. Now, he shot 40% from 3 last year in college. He averaged 17 his last year in college, averaged 5.7 rebounds. He's actually a really good rebounding guard, which is a plus. As far as playmaking goes, he's not the best playmaker, but he possesses solid court vision and can pass when he needs to. I just love how he plays because he plays defense first. He locks up and then it opens up the rest of his offensive game. Again, he can spot up, hit that 3 at 40%. You can hit that step back 3. Just a very smooth game. He can get to the rim. If he's available at 27 or in the early second round, I would take him. I mean, he's probably he's a little bit under the radar, but teams are noticing his ability. Next up on my guard list I have is Trey Mann, 6'5" guard out of Florida. I posted on my Instagram a few weeks ago. Sean Marks and the Nets actually interviewed Trey Mann at the Combine. Now Trey Mann is just a skilled combo guard with scoring ability. He possesses a good change of pace that he uses to get defenders off balance. He's able to make a move, keep his dribble. He loves that step back. He uses that step back like a ton. Now he averaged 16 points, 5.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and shot 40% from 3 his last year in college. Now Trey is just another scoring guard that can get buckets off the bench for us. The problem with Trey Mann is he's very skinny. He can struggle with contact in the NBA. You know, the NBA guards are actually very built and strong. He will struggle. He's not really a good passer. He's not a good playmaker, even though he averaged like 3.5 assists. His playmaking is not good. His defense is average, but he can still defend, still steal. That's kind of why Trey Mann might drop to the late first round, second round, because of these things. You know what I'm saying? He's skinny, not really a great playmaker. He can score, but you know, there's all those other things are key for NBA guards that kind of has him dropping towards the end of the first round. Possibly he might be second round. He might fall to the second round. But again, I have him on my best available list. Next on my list is Miles McBride out of West Virginia. A lot of mock drafts had the Nets taking him at 27, which was kind of shocking, but it made sense when I started to look at the film. Now, Miles McBride is a 6'2" point guard, another scrappy defensive point guard that can score. He has super long arms, 6'9" wingspan, and he's also super quick, so he gets a lot of steals. He averaged almost 2 steals a game his last year in college. He's known for even ripping the ball from the number 1 pick in the draft, Cade Cunningham. He loves matching up with the best guards. So I see why the Nets could be interested in him, because he's a defensive point guard, but has the ability to score also. Now, his playmaking is a little shaky, but he still averaged 5 assists last year, so he can pass. He averaged 16 points and shot 41% from 3 his last year in college, so he's shown he can score when he needs to. He's a problem. He's a problem on the court for guards. You know what I'm saying? If you watch that film on him guarding Cade Cunningham, he actually kind of locked up Cade Cunningham. Like, he ripped it from him. He was just giving him problems. And that's the number 1 pick in the draft. So that's kind of why I can see why the Nets would be interested in Miles McBride. Again, very good defender. He can score, but he just needs to be a better floor general when it comes to passing, playmaking. That's all his weakness is becoming a floor general. But other than that, he can defend his ass off. He works super hard, and he can score, and he can hit threes. Next guard on my list I have is Deshawn Nix. Hopefully I said his name right. Daishen Nix, 6'5" point guard out of the G League Ignite. He has been linked to the Nets for a while now, and we actually worked him out not too long ago. He's actually a real under the radar guard that nobody is really talking about. We can actually wait till the second round to steal him, but he's got so much potential. He opted out of playing for the UCLA Bruins last year and instead showcased his skills against pro talent in the G League Ignite. He's shown flashes of being a versatile defender. He possesses great court vision by utilizing his size against smaller guards. His quick hands, length, and frame enables him to force turnovers and deflections on the defensive side of the ball. Now, although Deshawn Nix is not the best scorer, his gift is his passing. He has a crazy court vision. He got a lot of Jason Kidd in him. He's a big guard that can read and react, doesn't predetermine his offense, really good timing on setting up his teammates. He's just one of those prototypical point guards. Set up the offense, pass first, get his teammates a bucket first, then try to score later. So I can see why Sean Marks worked him out recently. You know, I could see Sean Marks taking a chance on him in the second round because, you know, he's an elite defender, but also he's a good playmaker, passer. We don't need a lot of scoring because Deshawn Nix doesn't really score like that, but he would be awesome to play defense off the bench and facilitate off the bench. Basically like a bigger 6'5" version of Chris Chiozza. Deshawn Nix will kind of fill that role. Again, 6'5", he can play defense, amazing passer. He can get to the rim and score, but that's not his go-to. Now, next on my list is Jordan Goodwin. Jordan Goodwin is a 6'3" all defensive guard out of St. Louis. You might have heard his name circulating on Twitter because the Nets are working him out this week. He is another under the radar second round pick kind of guard, but has crazy potential. He averaged 14.5 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists, 2 steals in 33 minutes per game in his last season in college. Jordan Goodwin is a proven scorer, elite rebounder, dynamic defender. He has a 6'10" wingspan, long arms. The first thing that popped out on me with Jordan Goodwin is his rebounds. A point guard that averaged 10 rebounds. No wonder Sean Marks called him for a workout. Now they're comparing Jordan Goodwin to like a Drew Holiday, Lou Dort type of player. That's how good he is defensively. He is all defense, but at the same time he can score and rebound. Now he shoots about 32% from 3. That's decent. He can score at all 3 levels from 3. Has a good pull-up mid-range shot and can get to the rim. When I saw the Nets working him out, I was like, who is this guy, Jordan Goodwin? But then I looked at the film. I'm like, wow, this guy really is poised for his age. Like, he does almost everything well. His talent is so spread out. You know how most NBA draft prospects have one thing they're really good at? It's like Jordan Goodwin's talent is just balanced. He has all defense. He can hit that spot up 3, attack the rim, mid-range. He has a mid-range shot. He's good in the pick and roll. Amazing on the glass, can crash. He averaged 10 rebounds. So it's like, what can't he do? I think the only thing he can't really do is pass that well, but he still averaged about 4 assists, which is not terrible. But again, Jordan Goodwin, he's another under the radar gem-worthy type player, which we have seen Sean Marks go for in past drafts. You know, those under the radar steals. Now, Sean Marks always finds second round or late first round steals that nobody really looks at. I mentioned this before. 2016, Karis LeVert. 2017, Jared Allen. late first round. Karis LeVert, late first round. Claxton, 2019, second round. So I 100% believe in Sean Marks' decision making in this draft. Hopefully, we will be able to get 2 good players at least out of this draft, because there are some really good players in this draft that we should take advantage of. Now, one pattern that I've noticed with all the draft workouts and all the guards that the Brooklyn Nets have been linked to are they all have really good defensive skilled. They're defensive minded guards. I think Sean Marks is looking for big guards, guys that can come off the bench, play defense, defensive minded, but also have that dual threat ability to create their own shot, score, and play make. That combo of having a tough defender coming off the bench, locking up a good player and hitting threes, getting his own shot is key for our bench. That's what we need on the Brooklyn Nets bench. Those type of guys, defensive minded guys that can hit threes, 3-and-D, aggressive shot creators that can get their own buckets. You think about the Suns, Mikal Bridges is that type of guy, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. Those guys are defensive-minded players, but can still get buckets. You know what I'm saying? They can still hit their threes. They can still average 10 points off the bench and play make for others at the same time. So I think Sean Marks, as far as guards are concerned, he's thinking, let me get a guard that can get his own shot, he can pass, and he's one of defensive minded, can be a pest, get steals, a great defender off the bench. I think that's what Sean Marks is looking for as far as guards are concerned. But that's my guard video, the best available guards I think we should look at. If those could be late first round, those could be second round. Those are the guards that I want, that I feel like Sean Marks should have on his big board in the draft, and then make a decision on them. Now, let me know in the comments, what guards do you guys think are the best guards in this NBA draft? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments who you guys have as your guard prospects in this draft. Don't forget to watch that bigs video I did for the draft a couple videos back. It's about the bigs that we should draft. Check that out, link in the description. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711. Hit me up on there. Send me any news you guys would like to send me. Any news you guys want to talk about, any videos you want to see, DM me on there at NetsKingdom711. I also just made a Twitter. I'm on Twitter now. I joined the Twitter gang, so my Twitter is NetsKingdomAJ. So follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. Twitter is a whole different world. You know how NBA Twitter is. NBA Twitter is a whole different world. So I had to jump on there for the Nets Nation and hold it down. So catch me on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram. You guys know what it is. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe. We're gonna get some more live streams soon. The draft is coming up soon next week. It's really close. The draft is really close. We will be going live soon. We'll have a draft watch party, all that. So just stay tuned. Thank you guys for supporting. It's your boy AJ. It's Nets News. I'm out.